Good morning, Golistas. I can say good morning. It's actually morning right now. So I said I was going to go live before the end of the week. That was actually like one of my goals for this week. So for those of you who don't know, my name is Sheree. I go by Sheree H. And I am a psychotherapist and an empowerment coach. Some might say a women's empowerment coach. As I do primarily work with women, I work with families, I work with children. And I basically help people to make their lives what they want it to be. And for those people who are suffering from mental illness, I also help them make their lives what they want it to be and help them to contend with their already existing situations mental health wise. Hi! I've got my first two people on here. How are you guys doing? It's me, Sheree. So let's see, who can I give a shout out to? JT_LW. Thank you for joining me. You are my first person on live. Thank you so much for showing up. Simply Raina 1980. Thank you for coming. Okay, so I said I was going to go live today, and it's so much better knowing that there are people actually out there, hi, that are, you guys can respond in your brains, so you can just type. That would be so awesome. So I came on today because I promised myself I was going to go live by the end of the week. So this was like my goal. So you guys are helping me meet my goal. And I wanted to just kind of like start, I guess, like a conversation about, how we're going to be doing things on this. It's not YouTube. So I'm like, is this a channel? I guess it kind of is if it goes to IGTV. But, as this community, right? Because that's what I'm aiming for. I'm aiming for a community of like-minded women who want to talk about their goals and how they want to get there, what their roadblocks are. And so I'm like still really, like, I threw myself into this in the midst of quarantine, thinking, I all of a sudden just had this feeling, and I was like, let's just get started, right? So I was like, all right, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to post this video, and it actually had overwhelming results. So this is my day 4. Good morning, Golista. And so I said, okay, I'll go live and I'll just see if anybody shows up. So I am feeling so honored and so grateful that you guys are showing up. I've also taken myself from like the chair to the floor, which I feel is like very me. It's very zen, and very comfortable for me because I actually really like meditation. That's another thing that I'm really working on. So, I'm thinking that I want to do like office hours, like the way professors do them in college. It's like everybody who's kind of in the community can swing by their office, and just kind of sit down, talk about their lives and their problems and how they're feeling. So, I said, okay, so I'm trying to come up with themes for every day, because honestly, super ambitious goal to come on here every day in the morning. Probably overly ambitious. And if you guys watch my Good Morning Golista from yesterday, which is about great expectations, and basically when you don't meet them, does it make you feel like kind of some kind of way about yourself and make you want to quit? I do not want to quit. I did have a very great expectation. I probably overshot my expectations for what I could achieve in any given day trying to do this every morning, unless I just come on and wing it. So like one of the things I wanted to do is I didn't want to come on here and just preach. How some people, they come on their lives and they're like preaching to you. And I have got a history of being a preacher. And I don't mean like a religious preacher so much. I actually used to teach. And I'm very a passionate human being, which I'm sure most of you guys are probably pretty passionate too. And, as a passionate human being, sometimes you get very involved. You have these emotions behind the things that you're saying. So my kids would always say, Miss, you're not a teacher, you're a preacher, because I used to teach about the Declaration of Independence. And, I'm very, enthusiastic about, freedoms and, people's rights, human rights, and empowering people to, walk in their purpose and, express themselves. And so, everybody knows how the history of this country has gone, and that it's just so incredibly important, right? That people exercise their freedoms. And so I was very passionate about the Declaration of Independence, being a very independent thinker myself. So, one of the things I'm thinking with these office hours that I kind of would like to do is I'm thinking about, Thursdays, which is today, being a day I definitely think I want to go live, and just do, what was I going to call them? Oh, I was just thinking Thursdays. What do you guys think about that? I was just thinking Thursdays. So, this is an I was just thinking Thursdays kind of day. Oh, hi. Okay. So, hi. Okay. So shout out to, the P&P agency. Hey girl, I haven't seen you in a while. It's good to see you. So, I've gone live and, hello. And I'm coming up with, what I plan on doing every day. So today is, I was just thinking Thursday. So, let's see. Can I do a long story short when it comes to this? We're all in quarantine. Quarantine is crazy. Quarantine is, well, I guess it's not technically maybe quarantine so much right now, but we're kind of like in and out of this thing. And basically, hey, hi, Khadijah, My Infinite Wellness, how are you doing? So basically, so we're all in this quarantine situation, and it really is one of those things that we just kind of got thrown into. And so, people have seen really insane things happen, like losing their jobs. People who had certain types of expectations and lifestyles are kind of struggling with maintaining those lifestyles. And this is kind of like a very, I guess, personal situation, I think, for a lot of us, obviously, how we're living. And so my long story short, as things have been changing and people have been dealing with all of these things that are just kind of like smacking us, coming from out of nowhere and losing work, one of my friends, who shall remain nameless, a very close friend, her very close friend actually ended up committing suicide. At least that's what we're thinking it was, because there wasn't really an answer. And it's like one of those situations where the person is very young and very healthy, and they kind of had left us some messages, not me personally, but different people in their lives, just about how they were doing and that they were kind of struggling. And I think we kind of like have these, right now we're in the midst of a crisis, like as a whole, like all of us together. And so everybody is like dealing with their own stuff. And then all of a sudden, like everything stops when somebody, passes away, or takes their life. And then all of a sudden we're all like sitting and having to like reevaluate and or deal with the loss. And in some people's cases that I know surrounding the situation, like the guilt, because it's like, oh, I was gonna check up on her next week. I was gonna check in with her next week because, I was just really busy, like trying to figure out my own stuff because my job was trying to go this way and I needed to be able to get on Zoom calls and my kids are home and all this stuff is happening. I was gonna check in on her next week, and that kind of like, it kind of caused a lot of, I guess, miscommunication and what some people feel like were missed opportunities. But what I wanted to say, which is something I'd actually talked to somebody else about, not specifically just about this situation, but I mean, there's people out there who are actually getting COVID, who I know, people who have gotten sick. People are like, how guilty do I feel that you can't get near some of these people, because of the circumstances. And two, you're so busy handling your own stuff that, you maybe don't have the time or the opportunity to really reach out. I mean, there's so many people to reach out to right now, that you shouldn't feel, I mean, it's telling people they shouldn't feel guilty is just a reality. Like, you are going to feel what you feel, right? But like I said yesterday in my expectations, the difference between disappointments and deal breakers and managing things with yourself, within yourself, is that, you know, it's not a deal breaker that you're only human and there's only but so much you can do in a day or in a week, right? And then when it comes to other people's lives, like, you be the best friend you could possibly be under the circumstances. You're not a mind reader. You're not a fortune teller. You don't know the future, you know? So hindsight is 2020. That's what we say in my field. You know, you can always look back and you can say, well, I should have done this, with perfect vision, because you know what the outcome is, right? But right now, in the midst of today, like, there are things happening right now we don't know what the outcomes are. We can't be held responsible or hold ourselves responsible in terms of how we've managed things in the current moment, because there's just stuff we just don't know. There's too much stuff we just don't know. So, you know, when it comes, yes, we're disappointed that certain people weren't able to get there on time. But you can't hold yourself responsible for other people's decisions and other people's lives. And the affirmation from yesterday was, I will be kind and forgiving of myself and others, right? So if you weren't able to get to somebody under these unfortunate circumstances, like the ones my friends and I were dealing with, you have to be forgiving of yourself and others. And that includes the person who took their life, because you can't walk in that person's shoes. You can't feel that person's feelings. You certainly can't read that person's mind. And everybody has to take personal responsibility for themselves. But in their state of mind, they did what they felt was the best option for them. And so we forgive. We forgive ourselves, and we forgive others. We will be kind to ourselves, and we will be kind to others. So I really this was really on my mind on this think about it. You know, I was just thinking Thursday because of what happened with Tamar Braxton. Honestly, I was so shocked. And for those of you who do not know, Tamar, they're saying attempted to commit suicide, which, I don't know, like, I've watched some episodes of Braxton Family Values. I've watched, you know, I think I think she had her own show, like Tamar and Vince, I'm not sure. I think it was. And I've watched a few of those episodes. And, you know, my opinions of Tamar have never been, like, the highest, you know. I think, you know, she's, like, the youngest, and, you know, she kind of experienced a lot of loss with her dad. Hi, still bad 36. I am actually on here talking right now on this Think About It Thursday, about loss. I'm talking about, suicide, and I'm talking about, just what happened with Tamar, and her attempt on her life. So, unfortunately, you know, Tamar, they're saying, tried to take her own life. Now, Tamar has, a son, and she has a family who loves her, and she has what so many people would consider to be like this amazing life. You know, she doesn't want for anything in terms of food, but there's something in there. I think they're saying she's suffering from depression. The note that she left, or the last text message or something that she had given or left for people, was something along the lines of, she felt trapped in her job, in her contract, I think it was with E, and that she just said she rather be dead than to, I guess, be a slave to the network, I guess. And she'd also apparently just had some kind of altercation with her, and I don't mean physical, I mean mental, conversation, negative conversation with her boyfriend about the way he felt he was being portrayed in his, or in their new show, which I haven't even seen. But I do know what Tamar was like with Vince, which was her ex-husband, her son's father. And, you know, she showed some insecurities, a lot of them actually. And I think, you know, she deals with maybe a lot of self-love situation I think that, as I was saying to somebody the other day, that Tamar's situation is very much a case of like the flower being in the shadow of the great tree. With Tony being like the mega superstar, just out of order of being born first and exposed first, old enough to be out there first, and obviously incredibly talented. No more talented than, no more talented than her sister, right? But still, no more talented than her sister, but still very much, if you're the first person out in the limelight and you make all the waves, we kind of know Tony, Tony Braxton is, ooh, I get so high when I'm around you, baby, right? I can touch the sky, so, you still remember that song. Who doesn't remember that song? That paved the way, as far as I'm concerned, for the Braxtons. So, as beautiful of a flower, even if Tamar is like a blooming bush of gorgeousness and talent, her sister was first. Her sister is the biggest name out there in that family. And so I think that there is always kind of like a degree of self-esteem issues when it related to that. And then there was the whole issue with what went down with her husband, Vince. And I think Tamar just has a lot of work to do. And I'm really, really hoping that Tamar, gets all the help that she needs, because she is incredibly talented, incredibly beautiful, incredibly funny girl. She just needs a little help. She just needs a little help with her mindset in terms of prioritizing what's truly important in life, so that when, those things that aren't matching her beliefs about how great she should be, her great expectation for herself, when those things aren't, hitting the marks on her getting to her goals, that she doesn't feel like it's the end of the world, the end of her world. We all have expectations, but we're not always going to reach them, and it can't be the end of our world. It's just another learning experience within our journey. And like Tina Turner said, and I'll say it over and over and over again to people, just give me my name. And Tamar still has her name. So if she needs to walk away from E because she doesn't like the way they're portraying her, if she has to go for a couple of years, being what I guess some people would consider to be obsolete, I think that's the right word, or just silent for a while to get herself together, to rebuild the image that she wants, the light she wants to be seen in, the image that she feels is appropriate for her, then she's got to be strong enough to say, this is who I am, because it's a deal breaker. That thing that they're requesting that I do over there, that's a deal breaker, but I'm not going to end my life for it, right? I might be disappointed in having to be silent for a year or two and rebuild my brand, but I'll do it, because there's a difference between being disappointed and things being a deal breaker. And if something was a deal breaker for her, to the left, right? Thank you, next. Give me my name. All I need is my name, right? Praise Tina Turner for that. All I need is my name, because that's who I am. I'm going to take who I am. I'm going to keep being who I am. I'm going to be proud of who I am. And I'm going to just keep it moving, right? Bye-bye, E. Bye-bye, So anyway, this is my Good Morning Go Lisa, my Think About It Thursday, or I was just thinking Thursday segment. And guys, I think I'm really going to be like totally chilling on the floor from now on, because this is just so super comfortable to me. I'm like very zen and happy and love it. So anyway, thank you to those of you who joined me live. Thank you to those of you who are finishing this out with me. Don't forget the affirmation from yesterday. And also, please, go check out my episodes 1, 2, and 3 of Good Morning Go Lisa. This is like my live episode 4. Tell me what you think. Tell me what kind of things you guys want to talk about on here. I think I'm going to open up live on absolutely relationships, maybe like a relationship talk Tuesday. You guys can talk about any kind of relationships that you guys want to have. Yay, hearts, it's so awesome. I love you guys too. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for supporting me. I look forward to us having these really courageous, amazing conversations and building this community. Also, I want to remind you, if you want to really connect with me, go over to Facebook. Facebook.com/Golista Thrive, THRIVE, Golista. That way it is spelled on my handle here at Instagram, GOALISTA. Relationship Tuesday sounds great. Yeah, feel free to join me. Everybody's welcome. Listen, relationships is really like my expertise. Yay, keep crushing it. You too, Khadijah. Girl, you getting it. You've been getting it a very, very long time. Be my inspiration, right? So, you guys also, check out my friend Khadijah. She's over at My Infinite Wellness. She's a naturopathic doctor. She's going to help you get your hormones together, ladies. Yes. And everything else, as a matter of fact. So, if you got naturalistic, am I saying that right? I think naturalistic. If you got naturalistic medicine questions, if you have any medical questions, feel free to go over to My Infinite Wellness and DM Khadijah. All right. So, I love you guys. I think you're awesome. Anytime, girl. Anytime. Let's get this party started. We're going to just keep doing this. I'm going to keep rolling. So welcome to the community. For those of you who have seen this, to those of you who are going to see this, but Facebook.com/Golista Thrive. I am also getting together Golista TV. I'm going to post all the stuff I do here over there and maybe do some other stuff. Trying to just settle into this whole social media game. It can be a little daunting. It's definitely time consuming. And don't we all have other things to do? But anyway, I got a rundown of things I think I want to do, and I will keep you posted on progress. You guys keep me posted on your progress. And also, I want to say I got the best shout out from a young lady. I'm not even going to say her name. She left me a vocal message the other day about just how she's really connecting with me and how she just feels like this is really on time and really helping her out. So if you guys feel the same, leave me a message. Let me know what you think it is we need to talk about. I am here for you. And let's build this community. All right. And as always, if you have a goal, get out there and just live your life to the best of your abilities. Stay focused, do your thing, and just whatever happens, keep going. Keep going, Golistas, and you will reach your goals. All right? Bye. Have a great day. Love you.